Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, welcome back.
Why, thank you very much. Good to be back.
Where were you?
I was in St. Augustine, Florida.
Ooh.
Yes. Your mom's aunt turned 90.
My great Aunt Carolyn.
Yeah. So there was a family, that side of the family gathered to celebrate and have a party. And yeah, it was nice.
Very good.
Beautiful weather. And I got to go to the beach.
Oh, you went to the beach. You wore your
beach.
classic beach outfit, polo shirt. And did you wear your shoes into the water?
Not this time. I wore my shoes into the water last time because I wanted to get rid of the shoes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what was the crowd like? Busy?
There's a lot of people on vacation, a lot of school groups, because St. Augustine's the oldest city in the country, and there's so many tourist attractions.
You did this?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not. That's as close as I got to it. I stood outside.
I went to one of those in Myrtle Beach with my wife's family on a vacation when we were younger. And those places are just a big ripoff.
It's a tourist trap.
It is just
I'll give you a hint. If you go there, don't pay. But the grounds have a lot of their believe it or not things. Like they've got the world's largest statue of David by Michelangelo, not the original.
I think we've already talked about Ripley's too much.
Yeah. No, it was
Ripley's
nice.
Believe It or Not. And for those of you that don't know, that was a TV show.
It was.
Right? And they
yeah.
basically just stuck needles into people's faces and, believe it or not, that's what happened. So, well, welcome back.
Thanks. Travel is amazing. I don't know where people are coming from and where they're going to, but they're all on the planes. The airports are packed, and some of the airport stores are not open again.
Really?
And there's not enough staff. The airlines are saying we don't have enough pilots, and they're asking the FAA to raise the minimum retirement age, the retirement age from 65 to 67 for pilots, so they can fly them longer.
No comment. No comment. You're not a very good traveler.
I hate
You're
it.
just not a great traveler. But it was. You didn't miss a whole lot here. Well, you missed a little bit. It was a busy weekend, busy weekend. So we've had a great time. And, we hardly knew you were gone, believe it or not. We hardly knew you were gone.
I hardly knew I was gone either.
Yeah.
If you travel this summer, here's what you're going to find. Airfare 6% more than last year. Hotels, this is going to knock you for a loop. Hotel rates have increased in the last year 42%.
That's interesting.
Mid-range hotels, $199 to $257 a night. Wow.
I could have gotten you free hotels, but you chose to pay anyways, so that's your problem. Are you starting to ask for the senior discounts at these hotels?
No.
Did you know? No, I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude. I remember talking with Grandma Lundberg years ago when we were booking hotels for a wedding, and I said, there's all these places that have senior discounts that don't advertise a senior discount. And hotels are one of them, so you might want to start looking into that a hair.
Last two times I've been to a hotel, I don't interact with anyone at the desk. It's all on the app. You walk in, you don't talk to anyone. You just go to your room. The key is on it's amazing.
It's very
the way
good.
to travel.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Hey, the PGA Championship is this week, and we like to travel to golf tournaments, but I'm glad we're not traveling to this one because of the beer prices.
What?
Justin Thomas, during a practice round, he said, "Shame on you, PGA. You got to do better than with your fans." A Michelob Ultra, $18. A Stella Artois, $19.
Wow.
Yeah, that's at the concession stand. What kind of money would that cost you if you were bringing your sons? Thousands of dollars that would cost you, and that's why you buy the all-inclusive for us.
Always get the all-inclusive.
That's an expensive one. I mean, Brandon, you think a concert like $12 for a can, and then that's expensive. But $19 for a beer?
Why is a cocktail cheaper than a Michelob?
That's a great question. That is a great question. A cocktail's $15. It might be a watered down cocktail.
At the Jacksonville airport, I rode on the elevator with PGA Korn Ferry Tour member Brett Lasky.
You know, that is something to be proud of. Did he have a Corn Ferry? Now, they wear Corn Ferry stuff because a part of their marketing is they really want.
Right.
Yeah, so that's cool. Did
I
you
knew
tell
it
him
was-
you liked golf?
No, I knew it was him because his backpack had his name tag
Oh,
on it.
good. How's he doing so far this year?
It turns out he's on the media team.
Oh, I hate that something. It's time for Love Living in Jackson, presented by Heather Herndon. And Heather's got a couple things to highlight this week. We're going to highlight the Grand Golf Course. And Heather and I actually have played golf together at the Grand, believe it or not.
No kidding.
Yeah, we have. But yeah, the Grand Golf Club, scenic up north views, great course. Make your tee time today. They're located at 1579 Floyd Avenue. Yeah, Heather and I actually, we played that hole, number 11, years ago.
It looks
out
like
there.
an up north course.
Yeah, for sure. And Crimson Oak. Visit one of the newest stores in Summit Township. They have a beautiful showroom on Horton Road. So stop in and check out one of the newer businesses in Summit Township, and that's Love Living in Jackson, presented by Heather Herndon and the Herndon team at Howard Hanna Real Estate.
Nice. Heather loves to find the treasures of Jackson. She does a great job. If you work for GM, Ford, or Stellantis, starting yesterday, you got to wear a mask at work. Mask mandates
What's
are back.
is Stellantis Chrysler?
Yeah. Mask mandates at any facility in 16 Michigan counties that are now high risk. So we're not, Jackson County is not high risk, but we've gone from low risk to medium risk, and we're seeing the numbers go back up. While I was in Florida, a new law went into effect in Florida.
Ooh, what was it?
You cannot picket and protest outside someone's home. It's like, you can't do
Really?
it. No, yeah. You can't picket and protest outside
That
someone's
is
home.
absolutely ridiculous. I think you should be allowed to do that. You love Florida. That's one of your favorite states.
Florida's unbelievable.
Florida's crazy. Hey, today's show is brought to you by Printer Source Plus. The morning show is brought to you by Printer Source Plus, and we thank them. And they're proud to be named this year's Jackson Chamber of Commerce Small Business Person of the Year. Thanks to Joe, Mike, Pat, and the entire team at Printer Source Plus for helping us bring you today's show.
This weekend is Andy's 40th birthday. Wow.
I was avoiding that.
And also this weekend is Art Walk. Come on downtown Jackson for Jackson Art Walk from 4 to 7 p.m. Here at JTV, we will have our own Zach Snyder.
Maybe now that I'm 40, you could buy me some art.
That'd be nice.
I started to look up famous people that are also 40 or turning 40, and I'm in decent company. That's all I'll say. I'm in decent company.
Is one of the Kardashians turning 40 this year?
I don't know, probably.
bet.
I think I'm older than all of them except the oldest one. But you know who is, and I was in love with her when I was young, is Stephanie from Full House, and she's also 40.
No kidding.
She looks great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so how about that? There you go. We're both 40.
Happy 40. Today's show is brought to you by Howe Equipment, beautiful new store. And it's in the, people wonder, where is this? It's in the old
Sue Vaughn.
Susan Vaughn dance school.
They have the JTV golf cart right now.
They do?
Yeah, they have it, so they're getting it worked on, and we should be able to have it ready to go for the events.
Remember I think the last time it was used, the wheel fell off. One of the wheels.
Yeah,
fell off.
yeah. So we're getting it back. Howe's taking good care of it, and we're going to get it back downtown soon.
Nice. Howe Equipment is not in this
They
book.
are not, yeah. So Mary Mitchell and you're familiar with this.
Oh
Mary
yeah, the
Mitchell,
city directory.
from Flagstar Bank downtown. She, I think her grandmother had this in her just storage, and it's interesting. Other than the outside of it, the inside is mint. But I don't know why I had never seen one of these. So when you lived in the city, your occupation was also listed in the city directory, which
Yeah.
I think is crazy. So
I think that this should come back. I wish we did have this
I
city
agree,
directory.
yeah, but you see a lot,
Yeah.
there's some cool businesses in there still around, you know, Vermeulen's, look at Craft Agency's got the ad on the outside of it. Very cool,
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Castler Hardware.
Consumers Power, and I didn't know Crutchfield Chevrolet existed, and that was downtown. Did you know that?
Yeah, all the
500
car
North
dealers
Jackson.
We had several car dealers right downtown.
And at the time, Citibank and Trust was paying 3% on certificates of deposit.
Wow,
How about that?
maybe that'll come back.
I think
1959.
59.
Todd's Barbershop has some of these too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Some older ones.
Very
if you
cool.
ever want to browse them.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We have some great history in Jackson.
Very
Hey,
cool.
let's get to some sports, shall we?
Sure.
Let's get to sports for our Extreme Dodge scoreboard, brought to you by our friends at Extreme Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we've got some photos from last night's action. Baseball: Grass Lake 14, Vandy 0, Napoleon 12, Manchester 3, Addison 5, Hanover Horton 2, Michigan Center, they beat East Jackson 10-1, and then we have Adrian beating Jackson twice. And Holt, they swept Western. Holt's a very good baseball team. They swept Western 13-1 and 9-4. Softball, Sand Creek, they took care of Columbia Central in 2 games. Adrian beat Jackson in 2 games, and Holt and Western split. In track and field, Western won the Coldwater Tri-Meet, and they won that in both boys and girls. In girls soccer, Columbia Central and Blissfield tied 1-1. Quincy beat Hanover, Tecumseh over Jackson, Michigan Center over Jackson Christian, and Len Christian over Grass Lake. And in girls tennis, Columbia Central beat Jackson, and Chelsea beat Western. A lot of sports going on. And that's our scoreboard, brought to you by Extreme Dodge. And we have a full list of tonight's events on our website as well. There's just a ton going on as all the teams wrap up conference meets before they head into the state meets. Regional track meets this Friday already, believe it or not.
We'll have later this morning on JTV.tv all the regional track schedules, so check it out online on Jackson County's #1 website, JTV.tv. And in this book, you'll find Vermeulen's.
Yes, that's right. I said that tonight.
Yeah. Now in their 3rd generation as a family-owned and operated business, Vermeulen's takes pride in helping people furnish their homes with comfortable, brand-name furniture at affordable prices since 1925. The home furnishing showroom in Jackson features room-like settings so you can see, touch, and experience the styles, fabrics, and colors that will add enjoyment to your home. 2105 West Michigan Avenue. Vermeulen's bringing you today's show. Who is on today's show today?
Today's show, we have a great show, jam-packed show. We're going to get things started with Chris Berger, retiring Hanover Horton golf coach, after this quick break.
For summer semester at Jackson College. Jackson College offers programs and classes designed to fit many preferences and schedules, with personnel who are committed to student success. Students may choose from in-person or online options, with sessions lasting the full 12 weeks, as well as 7-week and 5-week sessions. Summer semester begins May 9th. New students should contact the admissions office prior to registering for classes. Current students may meet with a Student Success Navigator to discuss their schedule by contacting Student Services. For information about registering, visit the website jccmi.edu.
Registration is open now for the 2022 Dahlem Outdoor Adventure Summer Day Camp. During June, July, and August, there are 9 one-week themed sessions for children ages 3 to 12 years old. For online registration and details, visit www.dahlemcenter.org or call the office at 517-782-3453 extension 0. Dahlem, Jackson's Nature Place, 7117 South Jackson Road in Jackson. The Hobbit Place is now open for sales of fresh flowers. You'll see the difference in our selection, which we cultivate with care. Visit us today at the Hobbit Place.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or
Coming up on Saturday, May 21st, is Jackson's Bark and Brew. It's the dog-friendliest event of the year. Join us for a fun day while supporting the community and homeless pets. Sample local beer, enjoy live entertainment, food trucks, door prizes, vendors, silent auction, and a face only a mother could love. I've got 2 of those dogs at home. Your tickets will include free sampling glass and 5 free samples. Advance tickets are $25. Tickets at the door are $35. And for more info, visit Jackson's Bark and Brew on Facebook. There's plenty of information there.
Yeah, you can actually see the silent auction items right now and get your bids in. Now on the morning show, we welcome from Hanover Horton Schools, legendary Comets coach, teacher, pioneer, retiring after more than 50 years of coaching, Chris Berger. Morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's an unbelievable career. It's amazing. You know what I think the hardest part is?
What?
Well, as you know, I coach girls basketball. Yeah. How in God's name were you able to do that so long? How were you able to coach so long?
It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you started when there really were no girls sports. Talk about what it was like when you started coaching cheerleading, which was really the first sport at the time. What was high school life like?
I don't know. The poor girls, they never had anything to do. We had gym classes.
Yeah.
Other than that, we actually had GAA. I don't know if people even remember that, Girls Athletic Association.
Okay.
And that's kind of how we started our basketball program, got that going. But I did do the cheerleading. That was fun, interesting.
What's it like starting a high school program? Literally starting a program, because you started 3 of them.
Right. Well, it was just, like I said, it started with that GAA, and we had t-shirts, and I did all the scheduling and made sure they had shirts, and I don't even remember how we got places. I guess they took us on buses. I don't even remember.
Funny.
It was quite a while ago. So
You did this before Title IX.
I did.
Which mandated equal treatment for girls and boys in athletics and everything in schools.
Right.
So was there pushback when you wanted to use the gym?
Well, our volleyball, we started that. I had to practice at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
That was our practice time. And we had one of our coaches that liked to come in the mornings to, change things up. So he'd come in, I'd have to share the gym with him, the basketball at the other end, and we did the volleyball at the other end. But I don't think he did that too many times. I think he got tired of me saying, "Why are you here, Paul?"
What was your favorite sport to coach, or did you really just like the idea of coaching and the leadership aspect of it?
Yeah, I liked volleyball a lot. That was fun. They used to tease me. My cousin was a coach, and I'd always keep a lot of girls on my team. I counted once, I had 25 girls on the team. But what I'd do is have them, I'd take part of them to a match, and they had to give me their shirts, and I'd go wash them and bring them back to the next crew
Oh,
of
that's
kids.
funny.
But anyway, it was fun to do that, and the kids enjoyed it. That was very beginning volleyball, though. So
Yeah.
we didn't bump set hit then.
Yeah,
we just hoped it got over the net.
Yeah,
so.
that's when you're starting these programs, you're not starting a program and filling them with athletes with experience in those
right.
sports.
Yeah,
I mean, you were
yeah.
teaching basics and then trying to compete.
Yes.
That had to be just a challenge.
Yeah, it was, but it was a lot of fun. And we still, in volleyball, we beat everybody back then, too.
Yeah. Ooh.
So,
Well, I think over the years in girls' sports, Hanover's really had strong volleyball
Yeah.
for decades, and golf as well.
And track and field, really.
Track, yeah,
Yeah,
and you've coached it all.
right.
The golf, you've taken 16 teams to the state championships.
They weren't all teams. Sometimes I had Kristen Thompson went as an individual a couple of times, and then but otherwise it was teams.
So what are you going to do with your free time now?
Well, I have a grandson that's 8 that is
Oh, there
getting
you
into
go.
sports and things like that. So
Nice.
spend time with him more and enjoy him. So
Teach him.
yeah.
Teach him the games.
Yeah, well, he had a trammel play the other night. He's only 8 years old. So.
That's amazing.
You had your career start as a PE teacher. Did you play, because you didn't have sports when
I
you were in
didn't.
school.
No.
So how did you
no.
get your skills?
I don't
Here's
know. I
some
just
shots from the last few years too.
Oh.
Some of the lady comments.
yes, she's a sweetie. She's graduating this year. Alicia Van Epps. Oh, there's the girl that had the hole in one.
So this is an interesting story, Chris. In your retirement note, you made mention of the fact that you finally had an athlete get a hole in one. Now it's time for you to
Isn't that
retire.
time, I
guess.
mean, what more can we have?
Yeah.
So it's time to take a break.
Yeah, it took a hole in one to cap more than 50 years of coaching career as the pinnacle to go out on.
Right.
I guess that's
Yeah.
a great way to go out.
I know.
You've kept in touch, you've followed the careers of student athletes at Hanover. They've gone on to play sports in college, and you've had some pros too, haven't you?
No, I've had girls that were all state.
Okay.
2 of those girls.
What's it like coaching the generations of kids who you had? And I'm sure you've probably had 3 generations of.
Oh yeah, in that
That's got to be.
time.
That's got.
I know.
Do you notice
Well, and
similarities?
yeah, they're all the kids I had are married with kids in
Right.
school. So
Yeah. Do you notice similarities between parents and their children in athletics, or is it?
no, for me it's I've had great parents through the
Yeah.
years. And not too many problems.
That's
so
good.
We got through a lot of it.
So early on, when you were competing for gym time, having to scrounge for uniforms and
Right.
get kids to the meets and the matches, you actually were, the community pioneer in getting girls into athletics. And how did the community respond, particularly families with girls that were being allowed to compete and be on equal footing with boys for the first time?
They, enjoyed it all, and all parents came to watch and brought their, their grandmas and grandpas came
Yeah.
to games, and I coached 7th grade. volleyball and basketball, the majority of my time. I got the things started, and then, I had my kids, and so I didn't do as much, but then got back into it and coached with Karen Abbott,
Very cool.
very good friend of mine. So we had some good volleyball teams and had a lot of fun.
It's amazing how different eras,
Yeah.
we're able to play, I'm able to play as many games and as many sport with my daughter as I want. It's almost
Right.
too much.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, you're going all the
And
time.
back
You're
when you
doing the
started
coaching.
just fighting for the opportunity to play. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Now, how many decades did you coach on?
7
And that-
decades.
7 decades of coaching. I can't even begin to add up the amount of lives you've impacted. So what a special career. You should be very, very proud. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a hard decision to decide to quit coaching.
I'm sure they'll call you back and say we need you for this sport or the other. Don't get too comfortable in retirement yet.
Well, I've been told I have to go to the golf course at least to see some of the kids, some of the other coaches.
Yeah.
And it sounds like your grandson's going to be coming up through Hanover Horton, so you're not
Right.
going anywhere.
No, that's true.
Well, enjoy your time on the
thank you.
sidelines
Thank you.
as a spectator for once.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great career, capped with a hole-in-one. Many successes.
No, that was Holly Miller too, by the way. We have to say her name.
Oh yeah, we remember Holly.
Chris Berger, retiring from Hanover Horton coaching and sports after more than 50 years. We've got lots more on the morning show. We have Chris Giannetti, who will be joining us, taking us on location after this.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence, the confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Improving the air quality in your home isn't a luxury, it's improving your family's lives. Our staff do each job carefully, completely, and with great attention paid to you, the homeowner. We take care to leave each home better than we found it, and when you take your first breath after one of our cleanings, I'm sure you'll agree. We can help keep your home cleaner and your air safer by scheduling a cleaning today. Dux, we're your indoor air professionals.
Witness the difference at Jackson Catholic Schools with a guided informational tour for you and your child. Learn firsthand about our schools, programs, and curriculum. Enrollment for the 2022-2023 school year is now open. Find out for yourself what makes Jackson Catholic Schools special and witness the difference.
You need a plumber? From leak repairs to new construction. Grimes Plumbing Company, licensed and insured, proudly serves the Jackson area with fast, reliable.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. Today's show brought to you by Center for Family Health. Get outside and get active. The days are getting warmer, which means it's a great time to get outside and get active. Did you know that exercising outdoors increases vitamin D production, which helps improve our mood, Bart, boost our immune systems, and more? Whether it's a stroll in the park, a round of golf on the course, or an hour in the garden, getting active does your body a lot of good. Be sure to enjoy these beautiful days. Go out and get active today. the Center for Family Health has been opening the door to healthcare for all in Jackson County for more than 30 years.
Today, you can walk, stroll, and roll. The City of Jackson sponsoring this event tonight at the Cascades this time. Register at 6:30 and enjoy a 3-mile walk around the Cascades starting at 7 o'clock, brought to you by the City of Jackson and AARP Michigan. Time for this month's Believe the Hype with Jackson Public Schools and Chris Giannetti.
My name is Chris Giannetti, and I am the JPS Assistant Superintendent of Communications. And today I am here with Erin Slater, who is an alumni of JPS, our parent liaison, and has some kids here too as well.
That's true.
Yes. So tell me, you're an alumni. When did you graduate, if you want to give that away?
So I graduated in 1996, and really had a wonderful high school experience. I was lucky enough to be involved in all different types of clubs. I really enjoyed, there was a club, it's not in existence anymore. It was a service club that was started while I was there, and I had many opportunities through that. It was called Jackson Action Zone. It was jazz. It was, and we had shirts and everything. And we actually presented at the National Service Learning Conference, so I got to go with the school to Philadelphia and present in front of a large group of people. And I think that really started my belief in service and my life of service, and that's carried over into my adulthood for sure.
So with your experiences at Jackson High School and Jackson Public Schools in general, which school did you start at Jackson Public?
So I started kindergarten in Cascades. I'm a K-12 Viking. Started at Cascades, and then I went to Frost in 3rd grade, and then in 7th grade over to Parkside. And my grade was the last group of 9th graders to attend Jackson High. So if anything, I kind of regret that I didn't get 4 full years at the high school.
Oh, right, because at that time Parkside was 7 through 9.
Yeah, Parkside was till 9th grade, so I did Jackson High 10, 11, 12.
So fast forward, you get married and you have your kids, and what made you and your husband decide to send your kids to JPS?
Well, my husband Corey, he and I both taught in different local districts at the time. I'm a longtime classroom teacher before I started working here 3 years ago in a different capacity in education. We were both teachers, and we both believed that our kids would go to public school, and it really was never a discussion. They were always just going to come here to Jackson Public. We even looked locations for homes so that we could send our kids to an elementary school that we were comfortable with, and bought our house just so that could happen. So
it was a pretty, you really decided to make this decision for your kids based on your own experiences and wanting to be part of the Jackson community.
Oh, for sure. There was no question that when Corey and I started dating, that, we were older, and we talked about, our future goals, and I said, well, I want my kids to go to Jackson, and he said, of course. So it was never even a question. It wasn't a choice. It was just going to happen.
So now you have 2 kids, and I know they both go to Jackson Public. So where are they at in their journey in Jackson?
Yeah, we have 2 kids. We have a 5th grader and a 9th grader. They both started at Sharp Park Academy. Jack will transition to Parkside next year as a 6th grader, and then our daughter Lorelei is really loving high school this year.
Well, that's exciting. Now, as you've transitioned from being a classroom teacher, you took a job with us to be the parent liaison for our elementary schools. And I know, JPS has a tagline of where community comes together, but we really believe that, one of the things that's most important to us is making sure that our parents have a soft space to land, people to talk to, people to connect with. So can you kind of tell me what your job here at JPS, and I know it's a big job because we have 7 elementaries.
Yep, so I am the parent liaison for all 7 elementary buildings. It's a job that's a little difficult to put in a succinct description, but basically I am a helper. I'm available for parents. I can do something simple as provide a lunch menu or organize finding coats for kids that need coats. I can help a parent find resources. What made me really, what appealed to me about this job was that I had the luxury of letting parents find ways to help in any way that they want to. Whatever fits their schedule, their availability, what their desires are, you know, helping out at school and being involved with your kids' education looks different for everyone. And really, ultimately, my job is to make sure that parents can volunteer or be involved in the way that fits their needs.
And I think we always say, you know, one of the lines that's always said is we meet kids where they're at when they're learning. And I think, you know, growing up when we did, the only way for parents to be involved was PTAs, right? And you had to do everything. And I think now, you know, I think the schools and teachers and everyone recognize that just being a part of your child's education in the ways that we can meet you where you're at is really important. And I think there's a wide variety of opportunities for engagement and volunteering, I mean, which I think are two different things.
Sure. Yep. You know, what we really strive for are allowing or giving parents ways that are easy for them to be involved in their child's education. Anything from going over flashcards at home and supporting the classroom teacher, helping fill out the reading logs. You know, we've even had some schools that send construction paper cutouts for a project that the school building's going to do, home in backpacks, and the parents cut out the turkey feathers for a canned food drive, you know, and brought them back the next day in the book bag. So you really can be involved. We have opportunities at all levels for parents to be involved.
I think the important thing is the connection, right? Knowing what your kids are doing at school and finding ways to connect to help them get through it.
And you know, sometimes, especially for the parents with the younger kids that are just starting out, maybe it's your first child in school, you don't know who to call or what to do if something's happening or you need help with your bus stop or any of those things. If I can't personally help you, I definitely can connect you to the resource or the person in the school system that you need.
So when you talk to parents, you know, kind of what's your biggest advice into helping them be good parents and really helping their students through the school experience?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because as being a classroom teacher for almost 20 years, I had one view of parents, and then I had a parents and teacher relationship, and then I had a relationship that I had in my mind for my own kids, how I interacted with the school. And I realized that as an educator, I kind of had a little leg up because I knew how the system worked and who to call and what to say and what to do. And so that's one of my focuses on helping parents. But my best advice would be to connect with that teacher in the beginning and to make sure that they have your contact information and keep it up to date. And every once in a while, give the teacher an email and say, how is my student doing, and is there anything that you need? What could I do to support them at home? Just keep that line of communication open.
So give me just a little idea of what's going on at the elementary buildings. I know we have talked about at our high school and middle school we have what started the community closet, and then I know that you took that to the next level along with the laundry initiative and having a washer and dryer at every school. The community closets are up and running at each of the elementary schools too.
Every school has a community closet. It looks different in each building depending on what the building needs are, but we are very blessed that we have people that think of us throughout the year and reach out and say, well, what does this school in particular need? And then I'm able to fill the needs through the volunteers that call and help us out.
So I'm sure you're always looking for donations. What are the big things that really help at the elementary level?
So the elementary level, the things that we need the most, we can always use underpants. For the elementary kids. We always could use leggings for girls, and then some pants. We can always use pants that are easy to take on and off, and solid colored sweatshirts and t-shirts, just something that's easy to take on and off for the kids.
And when you guys, so you travel to all the buildings and meet the needs of the buildings for what they need. What are some other things that you see needed at each of the elementary schools that the community might be able to help out with?
Well, recently, we have all the elementary schools now have been either renovated or built in the case of Cascades. They all have media centers. One of the needs recently that I've heard from a few buildings is the need to have some parent volunteers or adult volunteers come in and help with keeping the media center up to date, checking books in, checking books out, more of the administrative side of the media center. We can always use help for parent nights when we invite families to come in and check out the school or program. Even doing popcorn. Most of the buildings do have a popcorn day. We can always use help with that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for interviewing today. We certainly are thrilled that you work for us, and I think you know how much I love having you as a parent liaison, but I think, you know, just in our community in general, to know that someone cares that much, so much for our kids and is here as a resource is really important.
I really believe in what we're doing here, and I know that, you know, my kids feel the love of the teachers and the staff here, and I hope I can share that to other people's kids too. So thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. With us now is the owner of Virginia Coney Island, Joe Matthews. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning. How you doing, Andy? Bart, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Doing really well. On Monday, we had your name got brought up. We had some friends in Detroit, and they were trying to do a Lafayette Coney versus an American Coney. They ate them, said VCI. That's the answer.
Well, that's the
answer.
answer.
I know you love hearing that, but
yes,
it's true.
I do.
It's true. It's
yes.
the best Coney in the world.
I agree. I think they are the best Conies in the world, so I do appreciate. We get a lot of people traveling from around the state, but also from other states. Somehow either they have family or they lived in Jackson, and they come in and get our Conies to take home, or they get the frozen sauce to take with them. In fact, I just had a lady from Florida, and she ordered I think it was 10 pounds of our sauce, and then she bags them up and then freezes them and then flies them back to Florida.
That's cool.
And her family really enjoys it, and they've done it twice now.
That's
so
awesome.
It is awesome. It's nice to, I guess, be at least United States known, but even maybe worldwide known, you know, famous. So that's nice.
Yeah, and like you say, with Lafayette and American, that it's a different Coney, and really the Coney that we know here, that really it was invented here.
Yes.
And everything else is either an imitation or quite a bit different.
Yes, there's a lot of different styles of Conies, but yes, you're right. They are different, and obviously each Coney place has their own secret seasoning, if you will, for their sauce and stuff.
Yeah, you're known for the Conies, but I mean, really, all the food is so good. I know a lot of people who just love the breakfast food.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about the menu. There's something for everybody.
Well, we do offer breakfast. Just to clarify, because of some of the challenges we're facing during these difficult times.
Yeah.
Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday. We open up at 11 a.m. and we close at 6 p.m. And it's not because I don't want to be open. It's like I said, the challenges of getting labor help. And I do want to shout out to my current staff. I think they're the best.
Yeah.
They do a great job. They work hard. They great customer service, I believe. So it is nice to have people you can depend on and count on those people. So I want them to know that I really am grateful for them and appreciate all that they do to help the Coney be successful. But we do offer, back to the menu, we do offer breakfast all day long. We have dinner items, and of course, my wife makes, Erin, she makes quite a bit of the cheesecakes, homemade cheese, not homemade, but made at the restaurant, homemade cheesecakes, and they sell really well. Our desserts, of course, our rice pudding is pretty famous too. So we do, those are but the staple item, Conies.
Is the Coney.
I mean, yeah, that's.
And I think it is the best kept secret or best deal in town, the yellow bag lunch. Now you guys, we've talked earlier, the cost of the food is just silly going up, but you guys are keeping your prices, right?
Yes, we have not changed our prices in quite some time. Probably right after we had the lockdown and then we came back. They allowed us to open up it. And the prices took a slight increase, but in the last probably 6 months, they have either tripled or quadrupled.
That's amazing.
The meat prices, the cheese price. And I know that your viewers also understand the hardships. At least I hope they understand, because they have to grocery shop also.
Yeah.
We are finding creative ways to try to maintain our prices, so that if I can get the word out and more people realize that we're very competitive in the Jackson area for a lunch or a dinner, or get some box of Conies to go home for dinner at night or something, and I am fortunate enough that our customer base is loyal to us, and they we have a lot of repeat customers, and that's always been my goal, is not to have a one-time customer, but to have a lifetime customer. And with that being said, we're starting to see some new faces and stuff, which is good. I don't know if it's because maybe the word's getting out that we've tried to maintain our prices and keep them down to make them affordable for families. Hopefully we start to see more of that. Yeah. And that also helps drive my prices down, because more quantity I can sell.
Absolutely.
So
what's the history of the yellow bag lunch?
Well, the yellow bag started before I owned it.
Yeah.
My wife, Erin, her mom and her mother and father started the yellow bag, and one of our challenges at the Coney is we only have one fryer. So when people order French fries or mushrooms or any kind of fried food, it slows up the ticket times. And we always appreciate our customers' patience. I know that sometimes they're not as patient as we would hope, but that is the one challenge of the setup at the Coney, or at least the Virginia Coney Island, is we have the one fryer, and that's a workhorse. I mean, so people are ordering French fries. So the bag lunch was kind of set up to try to alleviate the fryer part of it for French fries or mushrooms or cheese sticks, which we don't have right now. But so instead of that, you can see the bag of chips with the pop and a cookie. So that's kind of the.
What's that cost?
$6.50.
That's insanely cheap.
So yeah, and I think that we're competitive to some of the other major fast food corporation places that.
Competitive. We're a lot more reasonable.
Right. So I don't know what those. I don't really eat there, but I don't know what they're charging for some of their value meals, if you will. But I think that ours is very competitive, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Well, yesterday, the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association released a survey. They talked to 150 restaurant operators in the state of Michigan, found that 60% were operating fewer hours and days because of staffing. Overall, restaurant costs have increased 30% in the last year. So the challenges that started with COVID, they're still there, and they're going to be there for a while. So as we've been doing right along, support your local restaurants.
Yes, please. I appreciate that shout out for us, Bart.
Yeah, you want a Virginia Coney Island, you make sure it's going to be there. For
Also, if you want to, if you need to elevate the mood around your office, order the yellow bags for lunch and get them brought in, and the mood will change. I assure you, because it happens every time they come here.
Well, that's interesting you said, Andy, because a lot of people, companies will order boxes of Conies or 12 or something, and the people, like you said, when they come unexpectedly, they're really excited, like, wow, we're getting Conies.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like a treat, and unexpected, especially when you have people coming. I'm just buying them for my coworkers or whatever, and they get real excited.
Yeah. Give the gift of a Coney.
I like that. Gift of a Coney.
I know when the yellow bags show up here at JTV, it's like Jeff Steers, I think, can smell them a while away.
We all can. Yeah, we all can. As soon as the door cracks, we're ready. So yeah, and I'm finding the bag with the Diet Coke in it.
And we saw one of the breakfast items, the home fries, which a lot of restaurants cannot do correctly. You've mastered it.
Oh, wow, thank you. We cook the potatoes and then peel the potatoes and then slice the potatoes. And so our American fries are, definitely made within the restaurant and, hopefully cooked to order. Some people like them really crispy. Some people don't like them cooked that much. So
Brandon's favorite breakfast item, the home fries.
Definitely the home fries.
Crispy?
Crispy.
Yes, of course, crispy.
Yeah. So yeah, when you order, when you're ordering, just kind of like let the server or the person at the register let them know if you want them crispy or less crispy or whatever. So
cool.
We'll try to make that happen for everybody. I mean, we obviously as a restaurant, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are really busier. So we do everything we can to try to accommodate all the customers' requests. Try to get them out in a timely fashion, but again, with the challenge of a limited staff, sometimes it's difficult. And one of the things I'd like to ask the community and everybody is just be patient with not just the Virginia Coney Island, but any restaurant you go to, because they're all struggling the same as we are.
Yeah.
And it's a staff shortage. It's not that we don't want people to have the food in a timely manner. It's just it's hard to do when it's a limited staff. So if people would just be a little bit more patient and
chill
out.
There you go. Okay, chill out a little
relax.
bit. We'll get your food as soon as we can, and it's not like we're trying to pick anybody out and hold back your food. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I could just ask for that request from the audience and the community, that'd be wonderful. I'm sure I'm not the only.
I think we could all use a reminder of that.
Right.
For
yes.
sure.
Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you, Bart. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks,
I appreciate you having me, and hope to be back again sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now in its second century, Virginia Coney Island and owner Joe Matthews. More of the morning show in a moment.
With proper alignment, your vehicle's tires can last a lot longer. At G-Force Automotive, we perform a comprehensive front-end inspection and perform a complete alignment on your car, truck, or SUV. We'll keep you driving straight down the road. At G-Force Automotive, we make friends one car repair at a time.
Come along with JTV and Experience Jackson and get to know or reintroduce yourself to some of the best Jackson County has to offer. Join Andy and Rachel as they tour the county interviewing and highlighting Jackson on a visit with Experience Jackson. Whether it's golf, museums, hotels, or events, we'll give you some great ideas on how to spend time in Jackson. Watch on JTV.tv, YouTube, and Experience Jackson social channels.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best. Asthma Allergy Centers can help you breathe freely. Since 1980, our board-certified specialists have provided testing and treatment for a wide variety of asthma and allergy-related conditions, including immunodeficiencies and skin problems. No referrals are necessary, and we accept any insurance or no insurance. You can even use our mobile app to check in and pay. Come see us at our Jackson office or one of our multiple offices in Southwest Michigan.
The days are getting warmer. That means it's a great time to get outside and get active.
Welcome back to the morning show. Had a flight attendant step on my foot as she was maneuvering the giant metal missile full of drinks and ice.
Maybe you shouldn't sit and coach all the time.
Travel, everyone's going to be traveling. AAA is saying that 39.2 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home this Memorial Day weekend. That's up from last year.
50 miles?
Yep. Yep. So, and if you gas up, you might want to go to Detroit. There's a Marathon gas station on 8 Mile, just east of Schaefer Highway, and it's people are going there to get gas on the weekends because Calvin Nelson is there. He's an a Michael Jackson impersonator. So he stands out. He brings the carpet.
Oh my gosh, this is in the... Yeah, he does. This is in Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he brings a boombox speaker and plugs it into his car cigarette lighter, and then plays cassette tapes of Michael Jackson at deafening volume, and people come for miles around to get gas and watch him perform. He's 65.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Brandon, we should do that. Let's go do that. I'll get gas there. You know, Michael Jackson, that's one of the, your generation was, you remember where you were when Kennedy was shot. Yeah. Mine is, you remember when you found out that Michael Jackson was killed, and I was on the golf course. I remember it was like a Wednesday, like 6 o'clock or something. Amazing.
Yeah, it was. I remember I was riding my bike
years.
and I heard it. He wasn't killed, he died. He wasn't killed.
Well, the drugs
well,
killed him.
I guess the jury's still out on that
Well, you can
one.
say whatever you want. I mean, he was
drugged.
He was killed, or I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Who's coming in tomorrow?
Tomorrow we've got a great show. John Denny from Hanover Horton Schools, Zoe Lyons, and then we'll have David Best talking about the Tony Open later today on your show. Dr. Dana Moody from Asthma Allergy Centers, Major Jose Tamayo, Sean Atello with news from the YMCA, Carrie Benham from Dahlem, and Cindy Hayden for the Jackson Blues Fest. That's all for now. We'll see you later.